Welcome back, friends. It's an exciting video today because it's the start of the modifications to my Bonnie. As you can see, in a short space of time, we've transformed the way the T100 looks. Can't wait to take you along. Let's get into it. Welcome back, friends, to another episode. Today, we're going to mod my T100. It's actually the Friday before DGR, which is I'm going to on Sunday. And it's 5 o'clock, so I hope there's no snags because we've got a lot of work to do. So today the plan is I've got some bits from Motone, got a front fender, and I've got a coil relocation kit. Pretty much all of these parts I got on eBay second hand for like a crazy price. So this is a British Customs seat for the T100 I got super cheap. It says it's black, but it actually kind of looks grey, so we'll see. We've got a full black metal rear fender from Motone with, I believe it's the Eldorado rear brake and bullet indicators, all ready to roll. It should be plug and play. And I've also got the front turn signals as well, which I need to wire in, but pretty simple. Hopefully this will all go to plan. So this is stage 1 of my vision for the Bonnie. Stage 2 will come in a few months when I've saved up more money and have a bit more time. The general plan for this is to clean up the rear end and the front end. The stock T100 from 2009 has loads of chrome and bits and bobs that I don't want or need. So that's what we're shooting for in the next few hours. You'll notice I've got a little helper with me. That's Maverick, my son. Done quite a few builds and working on older bikes. So I'm sure it's not all going to go to plan because that is always the case with these kind of things. So let's get cracking. So the first job is to strip off all of that big heavy chrome, the luggage rack, to get the rear fender off with all the lights and the big number plate. And thankfully this Bonnie was clearly kept under cover or garage because all of the nuts and bolts and things are super easy to loosen up and take off. So I'm very grateful for that. So it's a pretty simple job to take off the rear fender and all of the rear luggage rack and seat and everything. It's just a few bolts at the back and it unclips. Yeah, it's all coming off. So this Motone rear fender, tail light and indicators all came as one unit. I got it for about 150 quid on eBay, which in my opinion is a steal. And it's all pre-wired. It's obviously come off someone's bike and it clips straight in, which is awesome. Great thing about the Bonnie platform is you're pretty safe buying used parts from the early 2000s onwards. The platform doesn't really change. The only thing you have to consider is electricals with like CAN bus and stuff that came in the 2010s. So it means there's loads of parts, used bits and bobs on Facebook and eBay and all the other places to get your hands on for good prices. 4 bolts, 1 electrical connector, and the rear fender is in. Oh, that was far too easy. Let's test the lights. Okay, Mavs, we're going to test the lights, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to turn the lights on. Ready? Are they on?
Yeah.
What about this one? Is that one flashing?
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah, look.
Yeah. High five. Chee! Feeling like a mechanical god, we cracked on to the seat and then we moved forward to the front of the bike. It's all going far too well. I think you'll agree the difference on that rear end is incredible. I'm super happy with how it's going so far. The next job is to remove the front fender. This is secured with 4 bolts in the centre section on that fork stay and the supporting arms that meet near the wheel hub. Now unfortunately this one wasn't so smooth as I had one of the 4 bolts seize and I actually had to end up breaking it off. Next up is relocating the rectifier to underneath where the horn mounts using a relocation bracket from Motone. The wiring for the rectifier is routed through the headlight where a lot of wiring connections are made where it's nice and waterproof, so I had to open that up to remove it to give it enough slack. Luckily, as I was changing the turn signals later, I needed it open anyway. The Motone mount uses the existing holes in the rectifier and some nice new bolts and nuts to fix it all up. It all mounts up using the hole where the horn is mounted, and then the horn goes underneath the rectifier. And that's as easy as that. Then it's time to go back inside the headlight, reconnect the rectifier wiring, and undo the turn signals. So, front indicators. We've got Motor Gadget bullets, like on the rear, with either clear or yellow. I'm leaning clear. Can I ask your opinion? Clear or yellow?
Clear.
Clear. Yeah? Thank you. So we've gone with the clear lenses and yet another Motone relocation bracket. Now where the rectifier was, we're going to reuse the mounting holes, and using this nice little bracket, mount the indicators lower down off the headlight stalks, which cleans it up and puts it in a nicer position, in my opinion. Now, I'm definitely not a professional electrician, so please don't judge me, but I chose to use these little Wago clip connectors that I first used when I did my Atto indicators. They came in the pack, and I actually really like them. They held up great on the Harley, and they also have held up great on the Triumph so far. And it saves you having to chuck a soldering iron inside a headlight bulb. So it's all back together, and surprisingly for me, it's all working first time. It is going so well. And before I forget, I thought it'd be good to change the lenses on the rear indicators as well to the clear. And I think that is looking sweet. Now you notice it's getting pretty dark now, so I'm pushing to get things finished before we head off with the DGR. This is when I realise I can't find my 12mm spanner. And I think I might know who has it. I'm going to fit the fender and show you in the daylight. So the last thing I can get done today is fit the Motone front fender, which is a black plastic fender, and it looks pretty sweet actually. And it's really properly dark now. Put Mav to bed and we're just getting this thing done. I'm quite stubborn when it comes to these things. I want to get it finished no matter what. And we finally got it fit, and I'm just packing everything up quite late at night now. Thankfully it wasn't too loud for my neighbours, and I can rest easy knowing that we've achieved a lot today. A new day dawns and the sunshine is gone, but gives us some lovely lighting to admire our hard work from the day before. And I think you'll agree, the bike is looking transformed. For about 500 quid, I've managed to completely change the look and feel of this bike. And there's still something I want to do, and I've just got enough time before we head off the DGR. But I still can't find that 12mm spanner, so there's only one thing for me. And there she is, ready for the DGR, just in time. We're loading her into the van, and I still haven't found that 12mm spanner until we notice something. Yes, my wonderful assistant Maverick had put my 12mm spanner in the exhaust. So before we left for Margate, we had to fish it out. Thankfully, Ethan earned his ride on the DGR by using a coat hook and getting it out with his nimbly-bimbly little hands. We had an amazing ride, and I was super happy to have a new look Stage 1 Bonneville to do it on. That's all we got for this episode. In the meantime, take care, stay safe. There's plenty more to come, trust me. I'll see you on the next one.